Marshall with my paws, dog, all four of them. But I'd rather be more cautious from the four corners, moving like transformers. That's the homie.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
Welcome, everyone, to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it.
So Benjamin Dixon is on his whisper
Batman.
because his mute. So if he doesn't talk so much, because I know you guys love his voice. You know, every time I talk, I'd be like, "Oh my God, can Ben talk?" But today he will be on mute. And we have the beautiful Georgia Fort, who we've had on this show before, who will be sitting in as guest host. And I am so excited. Hey, Georgia, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good morning, Georgia.
Thanks for having me back.
That's a hell of a shot you got going on there. You got that camera looking crispy.
You know, I was just trying to get on y'all level. That's all.
That's it. Because sis definitely hit us up and was like, what was?
I was like, what equipment do y'all use?
Because I have to.
I need to invest in that. Yeah. I wasn't ready the first time. Regular Zoom webcam. No. It's had to step it up.
It's 2021. It's like we gotta look our best in this pandemic. That camera is crispy.
Right.
So welcome to the club. That's looking.
You're looking really good. You're looking really good.
Thank you.
So, look, any stories for this morning? Because usually I start off with the story.
Start us off with the story anyway. What's going on?
Well, I had such an uneventful, eventful weekend. It's just been like a lot. Still having lack of sleep for some reason at night. Now, bomb naps, okay? And I know I work in corporate, so I just be having the most bomb naps, and then I just tend to not sleep at night. It's ridiculous, and I'm tired as hell. But I wanted to play something funny. I wanted to start off with something funny this morning. I know we didn't get to discuss it on Friday, so it might be a little bit of old news, but I thought it was a little bit of a kiki. When Joe Biden was going up the stairs.
Lord.
I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was hilarious. Everyone was like, don't talk about him tripping. And Dwayne, if you have that footage, roll it. But they were like, everyone was saying on Twitter, like, hey, yes, he tripped, but he also did X and he also did Y and he also did Z. So this is a real president. And I'm just like, y'all.
But he fell.
And
he
twice.
tripped 3 times.
It was just, and I said, until
he dusted it off. He dusted it off and was like, okay, I'm going right back at it.
He did. Yeah. But this wasn't the one that he was going to put on his Instagram. You know how he does those stuff ones where he's jogging lightly or he's like on the phone with Kamala or something like that. He literally, this was not going to be the one that goes up on Instagram or Twitter. But I was like, until you do right by us, Joe Biden. Until you do right by us.
I mean, but y'all got y'all stimulus package, right? Y'all got, because at least he got. I ain't got nothing, but if y'all got it, what you saying? He need to do more.
Yeah, he need. When I say us, I'm talking about Haitians. But I've been. I have been stimulated. God bless.
Right. No comment on that. No comment on that whatsoever. But no, have y'all seen the ones where they had Donald Trump, D.L. Hewley, the comedian, said he knew Donald Trump had something to do with it. And so they mixed in Donald Trump hitting the golf ball, and then the golf ball hit Joe Biden 3 times in the back of the head every time he fell. So, but I mean, people need not to be so serious about it. It's okay for us to laugh at the obviously funny. Like, I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he didn't break a knee or anything.
Yeah, he wasn't hurt. Sometimes we could just laugh about stuff because I'm tired of the headed to the White House, about to do work, day one of work. I'm just like, okay. But yeah, no, he's okay. So that's good. Yeah. Ben, that pink is everything.
I've been waiting to wear this since winter. I was going to wear it like this. I've had this for a while, but my wife was like, you cannot wear that in the winter. So as soon as spring came.
That's like a statement piece.
Well,
like magenta.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you know, thank you. Magenta, that's the color. So I got magenta with my cocoa butter and Versace going on over here. You know what I always want to ask y'all? I've never asked y'all this. Do you all put on shoes in the morning when you do this?
Negative.
Because
No.
It's funny. I put on flip flops. Do you know?
Yeah, I'm the only one that's like actually out here, like really for real.
No, it started off as house shoes, and then y'all were
Bubba.
Y'all were lucky. Oh, Bubba got the slides. Yeah, it started off as house shoes.
Straight up Florida.
And then that is straight Florida with the white socks. You know what it is.
Because I'm trying to evolve back into some normalcy. It started off I wasn't doing any camera work at all, right? And so no telling what you would catch me in as I was doing the podcast. And then I cut the camera on, and then I was just with a shirt on and a blazer on and some short pants. And then I'm like, you know what? It's just like, what if I want to stand up? So then I started putting on real pants with a full tie. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me put on some shoes. And then now I get fully dressed to do this here morning show every single morning. And I just wondered if I was the only one. So apparently I'm the only one that's wearing shoes. So that's okay.
And sometimes I'm dressed sometimes I'm dressed, and I learned this from being in journalism school. Like, listen, it'll be head down to mid because this is what we're showing. Because if it's not everything, I'll have on like maybe some jeans like I have on now, which are ripped all the way down. But you guys won't see that because I was like, I'm not about to put on no dress pants to sit here where you can only see here. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm always doing jeans now. I'm not doing any kind of slacks like that.
No, sometimes it'd be gym pants too for me. It'd be tights.
Sometimes Rebecca just be there, just with her unmentionable.
At least you got
pants. At least I'm here this morning. At least I'm here this morning.
Right, Georgia. Right. At least I got pants. Because sometimes it'll be whatever I rolled out of bed with and just put a top on and call it a day.
Georgia, do me a favor. Remind the people who you are. I know you've been on the show before and we've interviewed you, but we wanted you to come in and sit in as a guest host. And I am very shortly going to not be talking in this episode and that's why we wanted an extra voice in here. But tell the folks who you are.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist based out of Minneapolis, where obviously we're the epicenter now of this global uprising. Started out actually in radio and transitioned into news when I was living in Columbus, Georgia. So happy to be here and love what you guys are doing. And just happy to be a part of it.
Nice.
And we're so happy to have you. Listen, Ben said he wasn't going to be talking, but you mentioned that salmon jacket, and he just literally, that was a whole segment of itself.
I woke up. I was like, hey, good morning. It's a statement. It's magenta. Okay, now let me be quiet because my throat is hurting. Rebecca, it's all yours.
We're going to definitely start off with some news. Let's get to what's happening in the news. Raphael Warnock, the recently elected senator from Georgia, appeared on Meet the Press with Chuck Todd to discuss the recent mass shootings in Georgia, targeting Asian women, as well as the attack on voting rights currently happening here. With regards to the shooting, Warnock advocated for a gun waiting period. Let's take a look.
Is there a necessary legislative response here? Is this President Biden said, look, we got to change our heart. And there's no doubt there's a morality aspect to this. But is there a legislative change you'd like to see make? Is it reporting in hate crimes, gun reform, police reform?
Well, I've long pushed for hate crimes laws here in the state of Georgia. It took entirely too long to get one on the books here. But thankfully, we do have that law on the books right now. In addition to that, we need reasonable gun reform in our country. This shooter was able to kill all of these folks the same day he purchased a firearm. But right now, what is our legislature doing? They're busy under the Gold Dome here in Georgia, trying to prevent people from being able to vote the same day they register. I think that suggests a distortion in values. When you can buy a gun and create this much carnage and violence on the same day, but if you want to exercise your right to vote as an American citizen, the same legislature that should be focused on this is busy erecting barriers to that constitutional right.
Even though the FBI has refused to ascribe motive to the recent mass shootings, Warnock has said that we all know hate when we see it. Yes, we definitely do. He said, quote, "I just wanted to drop by to my Asian sisters and brothers. We see you. And more importantly, we are going to stand with you, he said in a speech on Friday. During his Sunday television appearances, Warnock also pushed the idea that the filibuster in the Senate should be abolished so that all American voting rights can be protected under federal law.
What does that mean with the filibuster? You have said you'd like to see a carve out. Have you had a conversation with Senators Manchin or Sinema about the idea of a democracy carve out?
Oh, I'm talking to my colleagues all the time. I've been in the United States Senate a few short weeks. But Chuck, I have to tell you, I know that folks are focused on the filibuster, but this language about the filibuster is language much too puny as an appropriate frame to talk about something as vital and as precious as voting rights. We have to pass voting rights no matter what, and it's a contradiction to insist on minority rights in the Senate while refusing to stand up for minority rights in the society. As someone who served as the pastor of Congressman John Lewis, who literally laid his life on the line crossing a bridge in order to secure that right for us, I'm going to do everything in my power to convince my colleagues to support voting rights. It's the only reason why any one of us is in the Senate in the first place. Somebody voted for us. And right now, in real time, we've got 250 voter suppression bills all across our country. We cannot allow this to happen. We have to secure our democracy.
I definitely hear what Warnock is saying, and he sounds, everything he's saying is on spot. What's interesting to me is that he's pushing for a gun waiting period, which is something small for gun reform here in Georgia. We don't really, to say that Georgia bought the murderer, the terrorist, the domestic terrorist against Asians, bought the gun the day of the shooting and was able to do that. The fact that he was able to do that is ridiculous. And he's and Raphael Warnock is talking about, listen, we need gun reform. It's more important to do this than the voter restrictions that are going to be really affecting minorities, mostly Black people. We need to start talking about gun reforms instead of focusing on voter suppression. So what do you guys think about him pointing those two things out?
It's clear, it's obvious. The question is are they going to be able to get it done? Because they're absolutely, let's start with the shooting, right? The fact that he was able to get the gun the same day means that when men are in their heat of rage, there's literally nothing to slow them down from going to get a gun and going to kill 8 people in the state of Georgia, right? And that's just absurd, because there has to be some kind of penalty. There has to be something like when it's like just giving a terrorist all the weapons that they need to carry out all the damage and the carnage that they want to carry out. And there's no culpability anywhere in this country, whether it be the gun company that sold it, the gun manufacturers, nobody, the NRA that pushes it and backs it, nobody has any responsibility in the way this system is set up. So the real question is not whether or not Warnock is right, because he's like you said, Rebecca, he's spot on. The question is can we actually get something done about it?
Well, and it's interesting. I think that, obviously those are tangible changes that can be made in legislation. In Minneapolis and St. Paul, what we saw was people really speaking out about white supremacy and racism. And although maybe those are not as tangible as changing laws, at the end of the day, hate crimes and, even the issues we're seeing in police brutality are all stemming from white folks who hate people of color and who are acting violently. And so I think simultaneously, while we're addressing things at a legislative level, we should also be looking at culturally, what is wrong with America that white supremacy and racism is so deep rooted in the fabric of our nation that this continues to be an issue even in 2021.
That's a really good point. The focus that we always get to when we do these stories, especially when it comes to domestic terrorism, and we have to call it what it is, a thing, and that's terror. That's what this was, domestic terrorism. But we always end up with circling back to white supremacy. I know what made its rounds on social media a few days ago was that, Stop Asian Hate. and they have it where it says "Stop Asian Hate" with a cross through it, and then it's being crossed out, and then it says underneath it "Stop White Supremacy." And some people were taking taking offense to it because they're saying like, hey, we don't say "Stop Asian Hate" because "Stop Asian Hate" is what it is right now. And I'm like, it's not that we're not saying "Stop Asian Hate," but it's stop all the hate, right? And it's not like, say all Black lives matter or all lives matter kind of thing. No, white supremacists are the people. Stop white supremacists. Stop them right there at the root. They are the issue. They are the ones that are the cause of what's been going down for centuries, okay? And since the beginning of time for Black folks. So we need to stop white supremacy. We need to stop their hate. And it sucks. It really sucks to see that we don't know if this can be stopped at all here in Georgia. We may talk about it when it comes to gun reform. There was a point in time when all the shootings were back to back, and we were discussing gun reform every single day on the show. And pretty much nothing has changed since.
And that's the sad thing about America, right? America is uniquely positioned to destroy itself from within because of our obsession with weapons and guns, how easily accessible they are, but also the white grievance complex and then also male grievance, right? It's not just white grievance. In this case, it was a white male grievance specifically in this case, and you could wrap in all male grievance in there because that becomes extremely dangerous when they're not getting what they want from the women they want to get it from, right? Because that is a part of this. They want to say he had a sexual addiction. What he had was sexual aggression. Right. He wanted to dominate those women's bodies in the way that he wanted to dominate them. And what it says about this country is like it is rooted in how this entire system is structured from top to bottom. And at the bottom of it, at the source of all this hate, it is white supremacy, white male supremacy. It is a white male dominance that wants to dominate everything in this country. And Rebecca, to that, I saw that too. There's a lot of people who are like, don't scratch out Asian. Well, they shouldn't scratch. I don't know about the design of that particular social media post that you're talking about. But underneath the need for us to stop Asian hate and crimes against Asian people is white supremacy. Right. It is at the core of it in this country. But the other thing that makes America so uniquely vulnerable is the fact that we can't even recognize the obvious. Right. You have people who not only not recognize the obvious, but they actively try to protect this particular instance from being analyzed through the lens of white supremacy and the lens of white male supremacy. And, oh, by the way, those dudes can go out and get a gun in the same day and go and express all their aggression towards people that they want to dominate.
It's just sad. And to think when we were in quarantine, we had no mass shootings. And it seems like, society has been reopened for all of a month or two. And now folks don't even know how to act, So if there was any silver lining in the quarantine, it was the fact that there was no mass shootings, no, mass
school
violence
shootings
happening. Yeah, like all of that was shut down. And then here it's been just a few months and already we're back where we were before the pandemic. It's just sad. It's sad.
But you were
I was
saying,
going to ask, does anyone know where he got the gun from? Because I know there are laws in Georgia that prohibits you from getting a gun on the same day. So what it is these shop owners in these pawn shops letting these people do it because they know Bobby Thornton, whatever the hell his name is, and let him come in there and get a gun at the same day without doing the necessary checks, without doing the necessary background stuff. That makes absolutely no sense. So I honestly think that the person that sold him that gun should be equally held damn responsible.
I absolutely. Absolutely. No way. Like, cause part of me wants to know, like, how does the person who sold, first and foremost, we got to find that out. Internet, Twitter, Facebook, everybody.
Yes.
We need to find out where this guy got his guns, first and foremost. Second of all, I thought about that this weekend, James. I'm like, can you imagine being the person who sold him the guns? Right. And then me posing that question presupposes that this person who sold the guns actually gives a damn. Because in this country, they are so arrogant about their right to own and sell guns that they probably don't even care that the gun that they just sold this scumbag killed 8 people.
No.
Maybe they care, but we won't know until we find out who they are. So do your thing, internet.
Yeah, do your thing, internet, because we would love to know. You know that you guys are better than the FBI. I've already said it. You guys move quick. You guys definitely get it going. Another thing to add to this particular story about the terrorist, it was that the police officer that was associated. Remember, we discussed that on Friday. Who was actually called, the bad day guy, the one that tried to protect him. He actually was taken off the case recently because of it was getting a little too high profile, and he just didn't fit with all that was circling the whole story and everything that was coming out about him and how they tried to protect him. And his office had sent out a letter and said that he was having a bad day on the day that he was protecting the terrorist. In his statement, they took him off, and now he's I don't know what's going to go down with that, but
he's just laying low.
And for me, it's the fact that the police department does not want to state the motive. The state of Georgia doesn't want to state the motive. They want to keep saying that he is, he did this because he was going through something, because he had a sex addiction. They want to stick with that, right? They want to go
Didn't
with
somebody
the
say he was having a bad day?
Yeah, the police officer. That's what the police officer is the one that said it. They want to stick with that motive. Say, he was having a mental breakdown, those kind of things. But no, that man went out there and killed those people because of his white supremacy. Because he literally saw this minority group, went out there and used his white supremacy, his white privilege, which he knew would protect him. Right? Because after he did all of that, was he not protected? He definitely was protected.
He never cared. He was never afraid for his life one moment in that entire thing.
Period. He literally, what I can't get out of my mind is that he got into his vehicle and waited at the stoplight. Just
obey traffic laws.
And yes, obey traffic laws. Got through that and went to the next location and did the same thing.
That's a really good, because I'm built. I think black folks in this country, we built differently. Like if we still watch, we breaking all the we like hightailing it out of there. We laying low. You're gonna find us in somebody's attic on the other side of the country, because we know we can't get away with nothing in this country. And then here this boy just taking his time, just cruising from one spot to the next, observing all the traffic laws, not worried, because in general you're absolutely right, Rebecca. 100% protected by his whiteness, and that whiteness was 100% the threat that day.
Yes, it definitely
reminds
was.
me of the Charleston church shooter, and how it was like after he got done, didn't they take him to Burger King? And it's just really, it's insulting. It's so insulting to be black or brown in this country, and to continue to see these situations play out where white perpetrators who are, causing mass acts of violence, claiming people's lives, innocent people, and based on race, and to see the protections that they have. Meanwhile, we, just like you said, Ben, we can't get away with anything. And then the accusation, sometimes even just the thought or the assumption that we are up to something, can end up being enough to justify an officer taking our life. It's really frustrating.
Y'all about to drive my blood pressure up on top of everything else, because I guarantee you this, that white boy, when he was shopping for his gun, did not one person follow him around that store for fear that he was going to steal something because of his whiteness. That,
of course not.
Enough to make me want to pay $100 fine and cuss, because damn it, like, the real threat is treated with such a white glove treatment in this country. And whereas the rest of us, all we trying to do is survive that white supremacist threat, but we are on the receiving end of all the suspicion, all of the innuendo, all of the accusations. And like you said, Georgia, the accusations itself oftentimes lead to our deaths. Look at Ahmaud Arbery right here in Georgia, just went jogging. And the suspicion that he was a part of some kind of crime led to him being gunned down in the street. Whereas this white boy just casually walked through this country, through this state, and killed 8 people.
I know this is, this is just taking its turn, and I can see the emotions and how we're all breaking it down. It's funny that you were saying it makes you want to curse, but we gotta work on that because that fine, Ben. But it honestly it takes me to the actor who played in Black Panther, who recently spoke out. I believe it was yesterday. He did a long post on social media, Instagram and Twitter, and what was M'Baku?
M'Baku, yeah.
Yes. Winston Duke. He actually said, everybody's saying, asking me what's wrong, and saying, am I okay? Because my recent post. And he's like, I need to let y'all know I am not okay. We're going through a pandemic. People are dying. We're protesting. We can't run. He basically was talking about Ahmaud Arbery. He was talking about the Asian women who were just gunned down. He was talking about all this. He said, no, I am not okay. So your frustration is definitely understood, Ben. I get it. When we talk about these stories, it's like we are enraged because these people are just walking scot-free. They're literally these are the people that are being protected for everything.
Getting bail.
They getting bail, getting this, like you said, white glove treatment in jail, getting a certain meal for their nutrition. I just don't understand. But we're sent to prison to rot and die because we wanted to sell marijuana. We wanted to sell a little bit of weed so that we can pay a bill or whatever the case may be. And now white folks in their white supremacy are opening up dispensaries.
All across the country,
so that they can sell weed, and people are still behind bars right now. So the frustration is there. We can't even live. We can't eat. We can't breathe. We can't do nothing without having to do 6 jobs, beg for our life, work around things. It's ridiculous. And speaking of those insurrectionists and those terrorists, I've been telling you about putting that in this thing. It's not insurrectionist for me. It's a whole. It's terrorist. Okay. In a Republican
it's the terrorist for me.
It's the terrorist for me. We got to call a thing, people. In a Republican meeting from last week, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, Republican from Colorado, defended those who stormed the Capitol on January 6th after a long-winded tirade about cancel culture. Let's take a look.
Oh, Lord.
So what amendment's next? We already see in Washington, D.C., you can't petition your government. You're an insurrectionist if you do that. The office that I sit in the Longworth building at our nation's capital, isn't my office. That's your office. You pay for that office. And Nancy Pelosi won't let you come and petition your government. Speak to me in your office. How disgraceful is that?
I'm sorry, y'all.
I think everybody's face was the same.
I wasn't ready.
Did she
Bruh.
petitioning?
You call that a petition?
What the hell just happened?
She really called. They killed 5 people. That's a
petition?
Was this a stand-up? Somebody said comedy. Was this a stand-up night that she was at? Like she was really.
Somebody said that's Marjorie Taylor Greene, but for Colorado. That's what Max had said. He's like, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're the same people. I don't.
Okay. All right. If we're gonna take it seriously and have a discussion about it, man, Karens are upping their game, not in terms of their intellectual capacity or their particular rhetorical skill set, because she's an effing moron. They're upping up their game in terms of their privilege and what they expect to be able to get away with. They expect to be able to get away with coming into the Capitol, breaking out windows, scaling the wall, crashing and stealing stuff from the Speaker of the House's office, and label all that as petitioning the government. Whereas the rest of us, y'all know, had any black person, even in so much, has started organizing this in our head, Alexa would have ratted on us to the CIA, and the feds would have been at our front doorstep before we even left the house talking about petitioning the government. We can't even organize a protest without us having people infiltrate our protest talking about, oh, insurrection is just petitioning the government. I got nothing. What y'all
Ben,
got?
you literally lit up my Alexa. I had to unplug her because she's gonna be like, insurrection is not.
I'm telling you better get that CIA. That's a fed. You better get out your house.
Right. I'm glad you did, because you know me, I would have got you.
You know, because he always be like, Alexa, play Cardi B up.
No. Everybody's Alexa's about to play Cardi B. But that's upset. Like, they really think they could get away with it.
No, it's crazy that you call them Karens. It's funny. These Karens are a different type of Karen, though. They work. Breed. They have these offices. They hold these spaces. They have these voices. They can literally. I don't understand how, who, why, or when people. Well, no, I can, because there are areas that are very pro-Trump, and they got those people like at those ones that we acted out that were the terrorists. Those people will go vote for those type of people that we see, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Miss Bobart. She literally can speak to these. Her constituents and try to reframe the narrative instead of what we saw. They should literally, like, it be right here. The picture is here, clear as day. And she's telling them something totally different. And they're like, yeah, what she said. Definitely. It's something that was a fight for the people. That's our right. And that is our Capitol building. So we have the right to run up in there, remove the alarm buttons from black senators and black workers, remove those from under their desk. Yeah. And then go up to people, hold up guns, bring our weapons, tell people that this is our office. Petition. Steal laptop with pertinent information. That was our right. That was our right. That's what she's telling those people. So she literally can build, and with that rhetoric, they can do it again and again and again.
Two things. Dwayne, get some B-roll of the petition. Right, of these people petitioning the government of the terrorist attack on January 6th. And Georgia, I want to get you in here. I know you got to go because you are going to be covering the George Floyd court case. I'm sorry, the Derek Chauvin court case is going on. Yes. But please tell, just the petition part is like, this is a petition.
Listen, I mean, again, it's just insulting. Like, how else do you describe it? For these people to describe this as a petition, when even going back to our ancestors and how many things that our ancestors did to try to peacefully petition, to try to petition in a civil manner. You look at Selma and Bloody Sunday, and how we have continuously been met with force. They would sick dogs on us. We would be taken to jail, all of these things. And so, again, it's just, as a Black American, biracial American who identifies Black, it continues to insult me when you see white people exercise their privilege in this way. We clearly know that this was not a petition, and anyone who's going to stand in a room with that woman and allow her to use that type of language to describe what happened on January 6th, they are unpatriotic. And a lot of them, they did consider themselves patriots. There's nothing patriotic about what happened on January 6th. It was a disgrace to our nation. The 5 people, some of them law enforcement, who were killed by folks who have for the last decade stood up for blue lives and the thin blue line and all of these things, ended up being the very ones to take the life of those who they claim to back and love and protect so much. So it's very hypocritical, even when you look at, really the details of what happened on January 6th. And I'm curious to know, how successful was that petition? Because, when I look at it, it seems like everything that they were trying to fight for, they didn't get. But what does concern me, especially with this trial going on, is where did all of those people go? And what are they planning to do next? That's what concerns me. Yeah, because they didn't just disappear. They still here. They still out here.
They actually tried to plan.
That's right.
I know everyone was on alert.
It was like March. What was it? March
4th or something.
March 4th. March 4th.
Yeah, they tried to plan another one. So this won't be the last thing. They're still in Palm Beach. Where I'm from. They're still on the bridge every day with the Trump 2020 signs. They're on TikTok. Karens are on TikTok, and we're going to let you go, Georgia. But Karens are on TikTok, literally making TikToks and saying, "Are you guys serious? Biden isn't president. Trump is. And you guys are going to see sooner or later that Trump is president. How, sis? How? So y'all planning another one? We need to be on red alert as well. But this is what's going on. This is what's happening. And again, Georgia, thank you so much for coming on today. I know you said you had to go, but before you do go, I wanted to let people know that you will be making your appearances here, dropping off stories weekly. And I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that you were going to be welcome to our Like It or Not family.
And before you run, tell the people about you covering the Derek Chauvin trial, because that's like you're there in that city. That's a critical city to be in at this moment. Tell everybody about that, and I know you got to get out of here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I am live streaming the trial every day, Monday through Friday. Usually court starts around 9 a.m. Central, which I believe is 10 a.m. your time in Georgia. But sometimes there are some pretrial hearings that start at about 8 a.m. We didn't have those today. Right now, they are looking to select the final jurors. There have been a ton of protests here, community demanding a fair jury selection because things got off to a very rough start. Some of the first jurors who were seated on this jury had police ties, and those who were giving any type of lean or favor to Black Lives Matter or social justice movements were automatically sent home. And so since then, we have seen more people of color seated on this jury. So folks are feeling like their voices are being heard. But it is important to pay attention to what's happening here, because I believe that this case has the power to set a precedent. If Derek Chauvin is found guilty of second-degree manslaughter or murder, it definitely could change the way that police are held accountable when they take the lives of unarmed Black men and women. So I will continue to be providing in courtroom coverage. I actually will physically be in the courtroom tomorrow. There has been some COVID restrictions that have prohibited as many journalists going in the courtroom at a time, but I'm scheduled to physically go in there 3 days a week. But every day we'll be providing that live stream coverage of what's happening. The last thing I'll say is opening arguments are scheduled to start May 29th. So I know some people, jury selection is definitely not like the sexiest part of a trial, although it's the foundational part of the trial, right? Because those are the folks who are going to be deciding whether or not he's guilty. But yep, March 29th is the day that opening arguments are set to start. And 400 witnesses are on the list, although they will not get through them all. Some of those key witnesses are going to have some very powerful testimony in this trial.
Wow. And I love that you're right there, and you're there as an independent media entrepreneur. Like you're there on your own time, your own dime, on your own account. So that's one of the reasons we all wanted to link up and kind of squad up, because, salute to what you're working on over there. And we are glad to have you come hang out with us.
Likewise, glad to be here. It's always fun, and I look forward to coming back next week.
And next time awesome. You come, our technical all the technical stuff we had behind it, you family now, so I ain't got to explain. Next time you come, we not to go explain.
Next time I'm gonna wear shoes. Girl, no, you won't. Look.
No, you won't, Georgia.
We look forward to having you next time, you guys. We're gonna go, Jababa, take it. We need something good to lift us up. I feel like we got a case of the Monday blues. We need to shake it off.
Shake it, make the devil take it back. Shake it loose.
Yes, we'll be right back with some more Like It or Not right after this.
Yeah, man, I remember being so naive when life was good, weather and palm trees. Back in the day, you were everything I need. But then along came a time when you crushed my dreams. Oh yeah, you played me like a fool when you made me believe that the line between love wasn't thick enough to read. Oh yeah, you see we in the spare crime everywhere. You're selling false hope cause you just don't care. Nah, you just don't care. Nah, you just don't care.
Good morning again, everybody. Shout out to Georgia Ford again for joining us this morning. Looking forward to seeing you next week.
Who the real You know we in the deep south, so let's keep it real. This is what they used to mob, lynch, drag, and kill. I never made the party cause I felt the paper bags. Gotta get this money cause you know I never had it. I'm feeling like Badu, the way I carry my baggage.
Shout out everybody in the chat room, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, y'all. So you know when Like It or Not is going down.
Still trying to get paid, still trying to find out, still trying to access.
CLCR, that's the whole point. Gotta get you up early, moving around.
He'll be dead or in prison shampoo. Yeah, these are all
Nikki Johnson, good morning.
And we put inside the minds of our children. Can't you see we in despair? Look around, we got crime everywhere. But you still sell false hope, cause you just don't care. No, you just don't care. No, you just don't care. You just don't care.
Good morning, Mark.
I hope my people can really go make a difference instead of being
Shade Dragon, good morning, good morning.
Got caught for dealing a hole in a stolen pistol, so this one goes out to Warren, my granny, Justice, and Crystal. Hold up, if you ain't adept, careful with
right.
Get your soul in line, chasing after checks. If you ain't inclined to say what's on your mind, please don't throw your stones at me for speaking what's on mine. Man, I still don't feel that comfy in my own skin. It's hard to find your self-worth as a broken kid. These frames never held images of my own kin. That's why rap sheet the only place we fit it in. Yeah, you can go to court, or you go on that court. You do 9 to 5, or you go play a sport. Can't represent
Mark S, good morning. Chelsea, love you too. Good morning.
You might turn to Emmett Till, watch him legislate to execute my.
And I just saw some Michael Dean Ballard. You're welcome. Good morning. Savage sweetheart. Good morning. Lisa Noel. So glad that you're doing okay, ma'am. You was on everybody's mind this weekend. So glad you're okay.
Dark clouds in the air. If you don't know the game, then
Dixie on the moon. Good morning. Promises manifested. Good morning.
So naive. Back when life was compared to good weather and palm trees. Back in those days, you were everything that I thought that I need. But then along came a time and crushed my dreams. You really
driving around in California, looking for something to make me stay. Round and round forever.
Chuck Diesel, Like It or Not, is not responsible for any broken furniture, knocked over glasses, or anything else that me incur in your house while you're dancing. Like It or Not, management. D. Will, good morning.
I'm just so sick of waiting for any luck to come my way. Yeah. Feel good, be good, stay good.
Yes, sir, the team.
If I could feel good, I'd live good, I'd die good.
I'm an odd person. I run in dark circles. I would love a long life because I love how life's works.
Barbara Rice, I got you soon. It's a difficult task, but you know, it got you. Nick, good morning.
Our savior. It's a dark place.
Barbara Ray Hearts, don't do me like that.
Pretty cards before they deal you something heinous. I'm steady sitting on my ass. I'm so contemporaneous, in love with my behavior. But really, I could probably try and be something greater. I'm my favorite. You could tell me something different, but I probably wouldn't listen. No, I probably wouldn't listen. The word, that's the ego. Scared it's taking over, but fuck it, it's fun to run my tongue up on these road fronts. But I know I could lose it all if I'm not careful. I sound scared. You feel that my heart's there though.
Don't need you to save me, but I just really need to be saved. I'm just so sick of waiting for any luck to come my way. Yeah. Feel good, be good.
Greg Barnes, we appreciate that support, sir. Now, if you want to join that Patreon, you can at the BPD show, but we do have a Like It or Not Patreon that's getting ready to start up momentarily. So, up to you. But join this week. We appreciate that love. We thank you so much.
Lingering inside my headspace, turning minutes into hours into days. I'm thinking about the situation. Wondering if ever gonna told you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh no, all good all day, but the night we be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know.
Shout out everybody that's streaming from your locations. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you streaming from, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that like button.
We could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane, either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my, all bad all day, but the night time, get that good, good till we act right. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on a rise out of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go
Pepto-Bismol, really?
away, baby, we could go on. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead.
Look.
We could go all night.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves. And I'm knowing your intention, I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said.
Shut up, man. That's awesome. Yes, it would be the same 12 songs over and over again. It's much different when you do it for a podcast versus when you're DJing live. Once you're DJing live, you know it's a party. You can do everything. But what you on a show, you try to keep a playlist so it's there. So it switches up every day.
When nobody's stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for your pleasure. You a gem, got me blameless, make amends, know you can about it.
Right.
If we on a rise out of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane, either way, baby, we could go on.
It's on autofocus, right?
Do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go on.
I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running or I'm chasing you.
Yeah, right.
But I won't. 'Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the screen. Like it or not.
If you hadn't run away every time.
Oh God! If y'all can hear our background conversations, I'm pretty sure we'd be canceled.
It be Ben, y'all. It be Ben.
Just blame me. Listen. I am so used to having to take the heat for everything all the time. Go ahead. Whatever happens wrong on this show, blame it on me.
You know what's so crazy? It could be Ben 100 times, but I keep telling y'all in the comments section, they're gonna be like, "What did Rebecca do?"
No. In the comment section, they be loving. They be coming out when we because
Let me tell you which comment section. Let me tell you which comment.
Oh, it does vary. It does vary by
the comment section on Facebook. They be like the other day when me and Ben were having the argument, right? It was strong. It was strong.
It was a passionate discussion.
It was energetic.
But
right, passionate discussion.
That Ben's like in the comment section, and I'm like, I didn't want to look on, the comment section because I already do. But then when I went on YouTube, they were like, a lot of the millennials, they were like, I agree.
We agree with Ben. You sound like, oh man.
And then I was like, solidarity, though, with everybody. And then,
bring your ass over to Facebook. That's where my people reside. Where the boomer resides. Where the boomer resides.
Like,
it's so funny.
Rebecca needs some respect.
Y'all don't understand. Both of y'all, when I tell y'all, they be going ham for both of y'all. But yeah, I think Facebook is being Rebecca, you too.
And Twitter is for Bubba.
I'm all over the place.
Let me tell you the one person.
Bubba is all three, baby.
Hang on. I'm going to tell you there's one person on this channel that neither me nor Rebecca could actually get into a heated debate. Not even an argument. We can't even get in a debate with, or else we will all lose. And that's James Bubba Williams, because I think James, DJ Exclusive, is the most loved person on this entire channel. I'll be honest with you.
He definitely is. Because, I mean, he's infectious. And literally, but we could be like, Bubba, what do you think? And he'd be like...
You trying to say I got a disease, Rebecca? I'm not infectious.
No, you're like...
it's joy.
Okay, no, man, I got
you're
you.
Like a good infection. But Bubba won't bring the bullshit. But Bubba would be like, Bubba, what did you think? And he'd be like, yeah, didn't like it. Didn't like it.
Well, no, James go from... No, you said it yourself. You said, I ain't nothing but a teddy bear. And he said, but I turn into a grizzly if you let me. That's what he do. He go from 0 to 100. And I've always been like...
He's like the velvet teddy bear, like what was his name? Ruben Studdard, and just so sweet. People might look at him and be like, "That's the whole bodyguard," but at the end of the day, he's so sweet and so loving. And I love that about you because you bring that on the show a lot of times, and you bring that balance out. But at the end of the day, I just want to say solidarity with all the generations.
All the generations. Because we love all
every
the
single one.
We love them all.
And I'm in all of them.
And let me tell you, all three of these generations can be found in Miami Beach, though. Like there's no panoramic, there's no pizza pan, like there is no Ponderosa. They can be, all three of these generations that we've been discussing can be found in Miami Beach. Cutting the fool. Listen, Miami Beach commissioners were set to hold an emergency meeting on Sunday to determine whether to extend the 8 p.m. curfew aimed at managing spring break crowds that got so out of hand, authorities had to call the SWAT team. After days of partying, including several confrontations between police and large crowds, Miami Beach officials ordered an emergency curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., forcing restaurants to stop outdoor seating entirely during a 3-day emergency period and encouraging local businesses to voluntarily shut down. Now, I don't know if this was updated, but from what I've seen, because I know the story is still developing, because these people did not go by the curfew, the 8 p.m. curfew. What they did was party even harder. At 8 p.m., they showed up and they even went harder to show that they are going to be in Miami doing their thing. So what's interesting, what I did see, and I want to, if David, you can get that for us to make sure if that's true. But I saw that because of them not obeying the curfew has been pushed until April. Wow. Just double check for me and see if that's true. I did see that rotating. What they was party even harder.
Somebody, we got some major feedback.
Showed up and they
David,
went harder to show that they are going to. Dwayne.
Somebody boot that man out of our Zoom. Those cats are out of their mind. Here's the thing, though. Yes, those spring breakers are going to cause a massive break in COVID-19. At the same time, I feel the rebellious side of them, right? The fact that when the curfew was set, they went out and partied even harder as their own little form of protest. And I'm on the wrong side of this argument. And I know everybody's going to slam me for it. I agree they should not be there. They're going to spread COVID-19 and everything else. But it's just something like when I see people rebel against any police authority, it does something good for my soul. That said, these kids ain't got no sense. and they don't realize the extent to which
It's not only
they
kids.
are. Well, yeah, well that too, right? But overwhelmingly, like, listen, if you're over 35 and you out there, you deserve whatever you.
I saw
That's
some
on you.
40-year-olds posting on Instagram.
Oh
40
my
plus.
God. See, I ain't got nothing to say now. Take it back to the. Take it back. Take it back to the three shot.
I'm sorry.
I got nothing.
I say that to say.
I got nothing.
It goes with
40 years old at spring break.
40 plus, sweetie.
But you know what? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Nah, cut her off. You're the only one who can cut off people and not get in trouble. Go ahead, James.
No, I ain't gonna do Rebecca like that. I want to finish her point because she might be able to say the same thing I'm about to say.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Because you were being polite. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But 9 times out of 10, half of those people are just down on vacation anyway. So it's like a mix of spring break. You got regular people that's down there, and it's just everybody together. So they sick of it. I'm like, y'all chose Florida, and Miami was already bad enough as it is. Damn it, man.
Yeah.
So here it is. It's about to get worse.
It's about to get worse. What's funny is that you can tell when you look at it. I'm a Florida girl. I can tell half of these people. A lot of college people who didn't get a chance to experience their spring break. Yeah. And it shows they're out there. And I'm not making an excuse for them because I'm sorry that you have to suffer and not go on spring break, right? Yeah. Because of a whole pandemic. Stay your ass at home or go into another beach that doesn't have as much people. And, what you guys are doing right now is reckless. I can't look at it as much as I love when I was rebelling back in the day. I used to be on the beaches and, all of that. It was okay. It was cute, right? It's not cute right now. I don't care how old you are. You guys literally are risking your lives.
Because none of them got a vaccine, do they? Because they're too young to have the vaccine.
I know that COVID-19 was just circling around on top of them cars twerking too. It was right there with them, okay?
Not man mask in sight.
I know COVID-19 was out there trying to run out on bills in the middle of Miami. Did y'all see that? There was a video of some youngsters. Look, I sound like an old lady. Some young kids running out on a bill in the middle of one of the popular parts of Miami at the rich restaurants, the upscale restaurants, running out on the bill. But let me tell you, that restaurant said, "Oh no, we ready. They were trained for it. Chased old boy down and made him go back into the restaurant."
Is there video of this?
There is video.
Oh my Lord.
And there's another
I gotta
girl,
see it.
There's another girl who was twerking on top of the car, legs wide open. And then her boyfriend comes towards the end of that video, pulls her off of it. Like, let's get your back in the house. It's just a lot of recklessness going on.
Well, see, here are the rules. Go ahead.
Which used to be fun at some point in time, but I can't see it. And even the rebellion against the officers the authority is bothering me too, because it's like, they have to send them out there because you guys are out there going crazy, and you're going to go home and put that on, grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, and children, and all of these things. And it may not affect, that's the thing that people don't understand. It may not affect you that way. It may not affect you gravely, but it may affect the next person that you sit next to on a plane that you may be on, or in the car, or at the grocery store. Y'all have to understand that. I don't get why y'all don't get that. I want to be out too. I want to be in these streets. I want to be on somebody's car throwing that ass in a circle. I do too. I do too. Me
in
too.
A whole circle? Or a half circle? A semicircle?
Circle. I know I ain't got
in an oval shape.
No hips, but I'm gonna make it go in a circle. And I really want to be out there. But sweetie, I'm gonna have to take what I can get. And it's going to be like, it can't be anything like Miami. And I
blame Joe Biden.
You blame Joe Biden?
Because all these kids these people got their stimulus package just in time to catch a flight and go down there and party.
Damn. Flights is cheap as hell too.
Yeah.
So he should have gave us these stimulus checks. He should have gave it to us in like February. Right? Because people needed it in February. At the same time, these kids got their money. Hey, Miami just got stimulated. That's what happened. Miami Beach just got the whole stimulus package for a whole generation of folks who just went down there. Because you can't listen, and this is no statement in terms of how people use your stimulus package. Use your stimulus check the way you want to, because it's barely enough for your rent. So if you need to go out and get some crab legs, do that. I ain't talking about that at all. What I'm saying, though, is when spring break come around and you drop $1,600 on my account, and I'm already an irresponsible teenager, like 19 in college, and I think I'm invincible, Of course I'm going to Miami Beach.
So we got some more developing news. David says, TSA said millions of people, more people, are in airports for 10 days straight.
Wow.
You know what? There's so much that's happening as a result of this. And we're going to see those girls, okay? We're going to see those girls getting on that GoFundMe. Hey, listen, I'm trapped in Miami. I went here for spring break.
I'm in Costa Rica and I ain't got no money to get back.
And I need to get back.
I can't get home.
My stimulus dropped, but I had to use that to get here to enjoy myself. And you guys, I don't understand, like, there are ways that we can enjoy ourselves. I was watching a show, and the show called Queen Sugar, and it brought me back to a really serene place. I really want to get out, and I can't wait to get out. And I am going to get out. I am. I just have this whole anxious space in me because I feel like COVID-19 is getting closer and closer to me. It's just getting closer and closer as far as who is touching near me. But I was watching the show Queen Sugar, and I was brought back to that place of peace at the beginning of the quarantine, because I'm reminded those people that, like, you know, in the show, they're always moving, they're always doing things, they're never really settled down, and they're never really like with their families, they're never really like taking walks, they're never like, you know, really enjoying music for what it is, like, you know, off social media for a little bit. And they reminded me how peaceful that was. I don't think I could ever be in a crowd like what I saw in Miami. And I used to be in those crowds a lot, but the peace, y'all, the damn peace that I have, not the one with me sitting in the house all day by myself.
The passeth all understanding.
But the one where I'm outside and I'm breathing in fresh air and I'm going on a run. I know I'm taking care of my body. And I know that, you know, at one point it was me and my man, and I was happy to at least be, you know, building a bond there. Me calling my family a little bit more often. And when I was going to spots, it was like people were actually taking heed, and it would be like, okay, I actually get to dance in the room right now. I don't got people stepping on my feet with their cheap Forever 21 shoes, or like hitting me with synthetic weave, or like, you know,
you ain't even got the real weave in your head. You ain't even got the synthetic.
I don't have any. It ain't all that.
I feel it. I mean, so Rebecca, you may not like this comment, but that's just that's a sign of maturation. You're getting old, and that's
older.
A good thing.
I'm not getting
older. Okay, I'll say it like that. You're getting older. Because I mean, of course, I mean, as much as I like to step out and do things and go out, you will never, at my age, and anybody over the age of, like, I don't know, 25, 26, you're a little sketch being out in that kind of crowd in those streets with all 30. Those kind of people.
It's really just 30. I don't even think it's 25, 26.
Let me just let you ask the 21-year-old what they think about the 27-year-old is out there. But anyway, I digress. The point is like there's a whole nother way of
not having that conversation again.
Not at all. Mm-mm. Nope.
The point is that these kids are just, I mean, they're doing what young, stupid people do when they think that they are invincible. And the thing is, like, I look at that clip, and of course we would never want to be in those kind of crowds, even more so now, because you know for a fact not a single person in those videos got a vaccine, because they're not giving it to anybody under a certain age that it is pretty healthy, right? And so the thing is, like, we are going, because of actions like this, and because people have refused since the beginning, and I mean, as bad as this clip is, this is exactly how spring break was a year ago. At the beginning of the pandemic, remember, I never forget the video of the one white dude whose face looked like he was all swollen and red and heat stroke or everything else. But he was like, yeah, you know, we're going to die somehow. We all going to die someday. We're just going to come out here and party. This was at the beginning of the pandemic when most normal human beings were trying to lock down, even if it was only for 2 weeks. So this is another reason we're going to be stuck in this pandemic for I hope it's a little bit longer, but it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute before we
Because these kids want to go out here and play, right? When you play like that, it's causing me.
Come on over to the old side. Come on over
in the house, and I don't
join the dark side.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Now, listen, nothing about that looks enticing. Now, hopping on a plane to go to another country on a resort with somebody's son, that sounds more enticing to me, you know, but this just looks crazy. But I can't, I've been in that before. And I've walked the walk. I've been in Miami every damn.
But you know what video I want to see? I gotta see the video of that you said. Which restaurant was it that ran somebody down?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know the specific restaurant.
Oh my God!
It's on the shade room. It's on the shade room. It's like.
Oh, okay. Y'all want to hear a funny story? Y'all want to hear a funny story? Okay, real quick, and then we go wherever you want to go, Rebecca. So back when I was about 24, 25, we were on South Beach. And we drove my crew down there, and we met up with some young ladies. And we all sat there and we ordered food. And honestly, I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, obviously, but it took the waiter. They set a white family and served that white family and sent them out after us before we even got our drinks. So we already sitting there mad. Now we all trying to cake these young ladies and whatnot. But what ended up happening was because we were all so mad, or they were all so mad, they were like, hey, we ain't paying this tab. And so they got up and left. And this me and my boys were left there. And then one at a time, we like, well, hell, this is like a $300 tab. Now then one dude got up, another dude got up, and it was me at the table. And so I'm like, 25, I ain't had no money to cover that. I had my portion. And so I said, you know what? I have a problem with our service here. Could you please go get your manager? And my short little fat ass got up and hauled ass and left them, stuck them with it. And the reason I feel good about it was because they should have served us. And had they served us properly, then we wouldn't have ran out on the tab. So that's why I want to see that video, because I could imagine they could have caught me. They could have caught me because I wasn't running like nothing, but I ran enough to get away.
See, COVID-19 had that boy slow. COVID-19 had that boy slow. It was already creeping up behind him. It was running with him. Okay,
it was
already in his lungs.
Entered the chat and saved that. Saved that damn tab. But it's funny. So this is my, and then we're gonna go to a real story after this. But my dine and dash story. I was living in New York at the time, in Brooklyn, and I was dating somebody at the time, and it's funny mix. He was Russian. He was half Russian and half Congolese. Hilarious. Wow. But he was, yes, it's crazy. But we went, both of us, broke. Broke.
Y'all went on purpose.
We actually went, and is this really Dine Dad? Yeah. We went, sat in. And
don't say the restaurant name, because they will come get you now.
No, because it's Applebee's. So, because we were going to the most, because he usually takes me to the most expensive restaurants on that strip. And that particular time, he was like, "Babe, I do not have the money." I was like, "Look, oh my God, like that's okay. Like it's okay, babe. I got you. Like, come on." So we went to Applebee's. And the thrill of it all, I was like, I only have like $5 in my account. Oh my God, like, it's so crazy. And he's looking at me like, girl, what we eating? I was like, okay, so they got a 2 for $25. You get that, I get this, and then we're gonna get some waters, but we're gonna ask them for Sprites and say it was water. Like stuff like that.
The stuff we do to try to be popping.
So when it came to us, and mind you, I was looking too cute, like I had all the money in the world. Because one thing about living in New York, you will be cute because all the clothes is like $2, but you're gonna be hungry because all the food is expensive. But when we were sitting there, and finally the check came, and we had the exact amount of money. So that's not really dine and dash. But when she came back, like we didn't have like $1 or something, and we didn't have the tip. That's not really radical now that I say it. But we did run out of there though. We did.
No.
I got one.
Give me one. Give me one, James. Give me one. What you got?
My struggles don't be really struggles.
So me and one of my homeboys, we went to a spot here in Atlanta. And I ain't gonna say it's like a gentleman's club, but it's one of those kind of restaurants where the girl is scantily clad. You okay? Got me.
Okay.
So we went in and we drinking. Both of us had money, and the service was cool. The waitress was cool, but then all of a sudden she's just like started disappearing. So I'm waiting like an hour for drinks and then a check. And then I'm just like, okay. So we were going to the bar and getting drinks and just came to add on to the tab. So we waited for an hour. Chick never came back. So I just happened to look around the corner. She's sitting on somebody else's lap in the club. Her and her friend just ain't paying us no attention. I said, oh, okay. I said, bruh, you see this crap over here? He's like, man, I see it. I said, the door right there, bro.
The doors of the church are open.
He's like, damn, so is. So I'm like, go ahead. So he walked out first. I looked. I gave her a few more minutes to even think she gonna come back. Never came. I said, cool.
Deuces. Man, I be messing with my wife before the pandemic. I always mess with him like, let's run out the door. Let's run, and she not down with it. So
I like it though. It sounds. I like when you do it with your man. Like I like that kind of.
It's the excitement. It's excitement.
And you're not broke though. It's when you do it when you're not broke, because then it's
I liked it when I was broke, because it's like solidarity. Like, hey.
But no, if I tell you, so I know that if we were to get there, like. Oh, you still gonna rock with me like that? Yo, you won. Like, we need to make sure. If it's just a pot in the pan. It's that?
Yeah, you gotta make sure. You can't be out there with somebody who just gonna run your tab up, and then at the end of the night they're not gonna ride with you if something happened. Like I don't mind you. Like, listen, let's run up the tab these days. Like, hey babe, let's go. Let's run up the tab. Blah blah blah. Right. You gonna run out with me? She don't want to run out. But then it's a balance. It's a balance. But it's something exciting about breaking the law with somebody you love. James, take us to a break before we get in trouble.
Please.
We just breaking all the law shit out here today.
Rebecca even said the restaurant. I wasn't even gonna say it was
Applebee's.
I could be running or I'm chasing you, but I won't.
Y'all is funny, bro.
'Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too.
Yeah.
If I got $1 for every time you say
yes, and that tab was about $200 that we ran out on. Yeah, by the way.
Life, if you hadn't run away.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, y'all. It's like it or not.
Beginning, I just didn't know that you're an enemy I have too close. Now I know, 'cause you did everything to prove me wrong. You were not the guy I thought. Now I'm beating you at your own. Yeah. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl.
Rebecca, me too.
All you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways. Around your mind tricks and your side chicks, I'm a winner, babe. But you didn't win this, it's a part of the game.
Shout out to everybody that's on Twitch right now, streaming, y'all. I'm about to say streaming, y'all.
And if you were me, you would do the same. Man, I really love to play, and now that I won, then it's safe to say you didn't want me. All you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my way.
Young Fleming, this is Part of the Game by Velveteen. Part of the Game by Velveteen.
But you didn't win this, it's a part of the game. You wanted was a game to play.
Shout out Chuck Diesel. Didn't know you were a chef, man. What you be cooking in the kitchen? Jimmy Farrow, thank you for that super chat. This is A Bluff by Gloria Tales. Gloria Tales, A Bluff.
It's sad you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's sad you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. I've been thinking, 'cause I don't wanna waste my precious time. Always looking for the next best thing. Do it on your own this time around, round. So all you lucky ones, what up? You're always on the run, what up? I mean, don't get me wrong, but what up? Or was I not the one you dreamt of? No, no, 'cause the life you live will never be enough.
Okay.
Why don't you stop for a minute? Just relax. Just
Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside,
money reside, where the money
where the money reside.
So, it's me and you, Bubba. Welcome back to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it.
Hey!
Period.
Where the money reside, where the money reside. So, there is some really important news I wanted to discuss. It might be controversial. Okay, but we're going to get to it. So this is about Black activists in these spaces who profit off of the trauma and pains of the mothers of these Black men, children, who lose their life to police brutality. Yeah. So you guys know there is a specific person, and we'll get to that in this story. I want you guys to really pay attention and listen to the words of the mother of Tamir Rice, who I will be discussing here. So Samaria Rice and Lisa Simpson, mothers of Tamir Rice and Richard Risher, are slamming Tamika Mallory, Sean King, Benjamin Crump, Lee Merritt, Patrice Cullors, Melina Abdullah, and the Black Lives Matter Global Network, calling for them to step down and stop monopolizing and capitalizing on their fight for justice and human rights. That's their fight for justice and human rights. In a joint statement, both mothers said, "We never hired them to be representatives in the fight for justice for our dead loved ones murdered by the police. The activists have events in our cities and have not given us anything substantial for using our loved ones' images and names on their flyers. In the case of Tamir Rice, it was even questionable to whether Benjamin Crump knew the laws in depth in the state of Ohio. I fired him 6 to 8 months into Tamir's case." Rice and Simpson are also asking these activists to no longer accept donations, platform, movie deals, etc. off the death of their loved ones, while the families and communities are left clueless and broken. They ended their statement saying, "Don't say our loved ones' names, period. That's our truth." So this is a very important piece because what was circulating on social media was just a lot of people going against a few of these activists and not knowing what the background is. So I think it was very important for me to mention the statement there of Samaria Rice and of Lisa Simpson. So, you know, they've lost their children to police brutality. And we know when at the forefront of a lot of these murders that happen with our Black brothers and sisters, we do have the lawyer Benjamin Crump, who is going to be either leading it or the press conferences. Usually we see him. That started with Trayvon Martin. So, you know, since then, everybody's been tapping on him to come and do these kind of, represent these cases. So, and then we have Sean King. He is someone who we all know in this space as someone who breaks these stories. And a lot of times I will tell you guys, he doesn't break the stories. He just finds them on Twitter finds him on other local news stations and things like that, or gets somebody to send it to his inbox and says that he found out the story himself. That's me just saying that, but I digress. A lot of times in these spaces, you guys, it's important that we understand who is telling the stories, how they're telling the stories, and what is coming about. There are a lot of projects that have been done in the name of BLM. There've been a lot of, and I can't speak on Black Lives Matter, but I can speak on spaces that I've worked in. And that was one with Shaun King. And he has, when Black women speak against Shaun King and about the projects that they've worked with him on and the money that was raised and things like that, when Black women speak against Shaun King, they get attacked on social media because he has 1 million followers, and he will send somebody to attack you if you speak against anything, even if you work with him. And a lot of Black women have spoken against him while working with him, while not seeing anything in fruition, no money, no nothing. So many Black women, all you got to do is type in Talcum X, because that's what they call him on social media. They call him Thurgood Partial. These are the names, because some of them don't even want to mention his name. Some of them don't want to even mention his name. But I digress with that as well. Honestly, the serious part of these activists in these spaces are using the traumas of these mothers and to profit off of it. That's a major issue. Going back to a few emails from Shaun King to promote his book. He promoted his book not too long ago, and he used the death of why am I not getting his name? Of Chadwick Boseman. He used the death of Chadwick, and I don't understand why he did in that email. All you got to do again is go into Twitter, search it up, and you'll see that. And that's an example of how he does profit off of people's pain, off people's deaths. He used that to sell his book. He was saying it's basically YOLO. You only live once. It's short. We have short lives. So here's my book. A lot of people tell me, "Hey, Shaun, how do you get all the stories? How do you get where you are?" Well, if you get my book, you can do this. And that's what Shaun King did. So going back to Samaria Rice, after she put Shaun King out, after she put Tamika out, and these are people that are untouchable in the space, y'all. These are people that are considered untouchable in these spaces. You talk about them, you will get blacklisted. I know, because when I worked with Shaun King and I spoke up against him, and where I worked at the place that I worked at, and I spoke against him and how that environment was, basically blacklisted. Couldn't do a thing. But after Samaria Rice spoke up, Shaun King made a statement, and I wish I had that for you guys, but again, it's something that you can go find. Shaun King made a statement basically telling her, it's your trauma speaking. It's your trauma speaking for you. And, we understand that you're hurt and you're speaking from a hurt place, but you speaking from a hurt place is hurting the cause. So you're telling me that her speaking from a hurt place, her son died, and you profiteering off of that is more important than her speaking against her pain and saying, "Give me the money so I can do what you guys said you were going to do. Give me the money so I can help other mothers who are suffering. Give me the money so I can actually make a difference and a change." You're saying that she's the op. Another one of the women that were mentioned in there made a video, and she said she is not going to allow people who were sent by the feds. She's basically saying that Samaria was sent by police, was basically sent by the ops to speak up and stop this and stop the Black Lives Matter cause. These are people that used her likeliness, her child's death, to move the BLM movement forward. These are people who go to the cities, will start a whole event, not invite the people, not tell them what's going on, have their kids on the flyers. When they're mentioning and using these and stating arguments about the Black Lives Matter movement, when they're protesting, they're naming these names, but they're not reaching out. So Samaria Rice literally said, "Don't say our loved ones' names, period, because that's our truth. It's not yours." Because they'll take their pain, and they will literally make money off of it. So much money has been made in these different movements and nothing to show. so much money has been made and raised for them to create different networks. And I can only speak about Shaun King in this moment, and nothing to show. But you guys still constantly support this. You guys still, and this is coming from the mouth of Tamir Rice's mother, the mouth of Lisa Simpson, okay, the mother of Richard Risher. And you guys are still saying we need to support Shaun King. No. The real activism is a lot of times what we don't see, and they're not making no money off. They're not making any money off of it. They're not profiting any money off of people's pains. They're really out there every day on the streets trying to get the word out. They're actually fighting the fight. They're actually calling the mothers, checking on them, visiting them, asking them if they can use their son's likeliness for anything, any event, to help push the message out. Because what's going on right now, we got to call a thing, people. Y'all know I love to call a thing, and we got to call a thing. And these activists are money hungry. It gets to a point where they become that. And this is what we're seeing right here. And because these are Black women, like I said, Shaun King cannot stand when a Black woman calls him out. He will literally call you everything in the book. And he called this woman and her pain, ops, and something that is a distraction to the movement. This is what we call people who are ahead and leading these causes in this movement. So I say all that to say, because I don't digress in this moment, because I meant that and I said it. I say all that to say that we have to be careful who we're giving our money to, who we're giving our time to, because there are so many other people in so many other spaces that require your ears. Require the money so they can keep on doing what they do. Look for those. Stop following right now. Please stop following those people. Go do your research first. If you don't believe what I'm saying, head to Twitter, head to social media. Google is your best friend. Go do your research first and stop following these people, you guys. Please stop following these people. And a lot of you white folks who are searching for a space to take off your white guilt, you know what I mean? That ain't the place to do it, because that's a lot of times too where they get their money from people who are saying, oh my God, where can I go to support Black people? They'll go to people like Shaun King, and it's you guys are such an easy target for those people, such an easy target. So do your research, understand what you are giving your money to, understand what you're giving your support to, and listen. This is coming straight from the mouths of the mothers of those who have children who have died. Their trauma is not a distraction. Their trauma is not something that should be profited off of. Their trauma is not something that you should look at as opposition. And that's all I have for that. I love you guys. Mean it. Bubba, take us to a break.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Hey. ISO. Hey. Indies. JV. Hey. Back on deck. On my flight. Really on my pay some respect to my mindset. Hail on smoke, catch a contact. Really mad they can't stop us. Back on the scene, unconscious.
Right.
I ain't really here for the gossip, nah. Blah blah blah, yum. Try to play me, but you tried it. Way too wavy, gotta run.
Make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure you hit like button, y'all. Make sure that you hit that like button on whatever platform that you are on.
That's no comment. And we only here for the commas.
Hey, pull up and hop out, we slide. Loaded away on beside me. Beeline, skating on days, we gliding. I'm hitting that in the drive.
Hitting that while we vibing. You know I be on that time and light up, I'm firing. Dress it up, yeah, I be styling. Eat up the she be dining. Straight to the top, she be climbing. We the ones that they admire. All of these expire. Ice of the boss and we hire. Raising the hood where it's sirens. They hopping on ship like a pirate.
Hey, hey, driving the boat and I came for the loot and the tragedy. Be hating, do better. Dropping them ashes, done burn me a hole in my sweater. I'm stingy, I'm holding this shit.
I'm holding this shit. Living more better. Smoking these doobies with Xavier. We keep the gravy. Yeah, we too groovy. We keep it unruly. Know it's yours truly. Smoke a big head, call it Louis. Bad chick wanna do me.
I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else.
Brian Smith, I'm trying to think about which song that is.
I won't let you down. I got it. I know you.
I'm thinking, Brian. I'm thinking.
When you're around. Oh, please say that you believe it. 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. I hope you feel that way too. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Don't go. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah.
No, not the weekend.
Ooh, when I get you back, oh yeah. Cause I don't wanna lose you.
Yeah, not the
weekend. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the screen. Benjamin Dixon and Rebecca. Okay, you better roll it. Roll it.
Hey.
I need to be in skates.
When I get you back, oh yeah.
You
with
need
some
to do what?
shorts on.
Oh, okay. Oh man!
I wanted to quickly clarify something real quick before you get to the next story. Someone's saying Sean King is not a part of BLM, so why we're blaming him? I named a few names in there. I named Sean King because that's what I know. I'm close to that situation. I've experienced him. But Tamika D. Mallory is a part of the BLM movement and a few of the other ones that I named. But definitely check it out. This article is literally available to everybody. Just literally go find out Samaria Rice, put in BLM, put in Sean King. You guys will see it. These are the
Let me tell you what I think about
there.
it. Like to hear this is what I think about it. My name is West, and I ain't in that mess. All right, Rebecca, what else you got?
All right, so now I wanted to point out something. This happened a few years ago, and it's making its rounds on social media. But I always feel like if you didn't get read fulfilled at that time, and it's still kind of relevant, we got to circle back and give you that good old reading, encyclopedia reading. So this was Madonna. And as we know, Madonna has been quite problematic, lately. Mind you, I like Madonna. Like, I like her being white. I have nothing against her. She was a beautiful woman. She can sing. She had that thing about her, that je ne sais quoi, like that kind of thing, right? Now, something had, like I said, this video of her, you know what? Just roll the video. So
Michael is gone. Tupac is gone. Prince is gone. Whitney is gone. Amy Winehouse is gone. David Bowie is gone. But I'm still standing.
She said Michael is gone?
Michael, Prince, Whitney,
I'm one of the lucky
David
ones.
Bowie.
Then she went to the
There
white
are no
folks,
rules.
Amy Winehouse.
If you're a boy.
Wow.
And then she went to David Bowie, whom I love too.
How many people clapped? It sounded like two people
sounded
clapped.
like
It was like
So-
everybody. Wow.
What was the premise of the speech? Was there more to it? I mean, she's like, but I'm still
I don't care
standing.
what was to it. That was enough for me. I know you still standing, sis, but those are not the names you should name. Those are not the names that you should name with yourself, boo. Madonna, you good and all, and you are a legend, but sweetie, Whitney, sweetie, Michael, sweetie, Prince, like no. And then it was the fact that she said, go ahead.
I was gonna say I played devil's advocate because she was up there with them. They came out around the same time. All of them are that same generational era. But for her to get up there and say I'm still standing, it's just like they ain't knock you down, girl. No, you just don't.
Right.
You
like
you
they
preface that with something else.
They're like
say that I've lasted for so long, but they died and I'm still here. Right, girl. Don't
They
say
died.
Michael
So
Jackson.
when I say like Madonna's great, Madonna's great, but the people that she named are the first three are phenomenal. So it's like I just looked at it as girl, sis, Madonna. Like no,
Madonna.
babe.
I agree with you because, like, girls, like, what are you doing?
Like,
I didn't get the premise of that.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but I wanted to make sure that we just played that because a lot of people are saying that, yo, this ain't it, Madonna. Like, did you really just say that?
She thought she was being deep.
That's not it.
Yeah.
She thought she was being deep. She thought she was saying something that she didn't realize. She thought she was saying, like, you know, I'm still here, I'm still surviving, and she thought that she framed it in a way that people were going to applaud because she waited for the applause and there was like 2 claps, right?
Yeah.
This is why. Listen, oh my God, does she realize that phrasing, how she said it, literally kind of steps on all their graves? Like, these people are dead.
Yeah,
you're
for
still
real.
here. They're dead. Okay, this is why every professional, every person needs a professional speechwriter or somebody with common sense. Even if you got to just get somebody on your team with common sense that you can run your script by real quick to make sure you saying what you think you're saying. Because I don't think she realized what she was saying was, they dead, but I'm not.
Somebody said so. It could have been bad wording. Somebody said she was up there with them in album sales, but not talent.
Rebecca, I was just about to read that. Yes,
Luke Cage said that.
Luke Cage.
Listen, no, but Madonna, and no, he says, how many Madonna tracks y'all got in y'all playlist right now? I'll wait.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't texted in a while, but he is getting them all the way to.
I'm honestly trying to think of a song that I actually like by Madonna.
Like a Prayer.
What was that song I was about to sing then?
Like a Virgin.
Oh, like a Virgin.
Okay.
Yeah. I just like her symbolism. I like what she represented.
She was sexy before she went into that to her body. She was so sexy.
Yeah. So I like what she represented at the time that she represented. She rebelled against the system in any way that she wanted to. I rocked with that. I love that.
Yeah.
Never really cared for her music though.
Vogue.
Oh,
okay.
Vogue.
There we go. She got a banger.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gay and I forgot all about that.
Yeah, well, I think the culture really.
Hey man, they gonna try to pull your card, bro.
They is, dude.
Can you vote?
Hell no, but I love Pose.
Bro, you gonna get hit up by the council. The council is about to hit you up like, sir, we need to review your credentials. You don't remember the
Come on, Baba. Like,
they
come on.
What's that like? What rainbow thing and everything.
What's that? What would get what's the same thing in the black in R&B hip hop or a black artist that if we didn't remember it, they will pull our black card because James they go pull your LGBTQIA card on that one.
Okay, here, right here. We're going. So let's brush off our skills real quick.
Okay.
We got Earth, Wind, and Fire, who's going to do the verses with the Isley Brothers.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But they charging now. From what I'm understanding, you got to pay to go to these things now?
No, they're not going to charge on this one.
Oh, okay. All right.
These will be free. These will be free.
Okay. Good.
On Instagram. Who made that liar?
There's Twitter be lying about everything. Go ahead.
They probably might start charging if Twitter said it. But no, seriously. You know what song I really, really like by the Isley Brothers? Or that could be just Ron Isley.
Which one?
But Groove With You.
Oh yeah.
I wanna groove. I like Groove. That's my favorite. And then Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Anything prior to 99, like prior to 2000 from them is like
After the song where it's
Reasons.
Reasons.
The reasons that you're here. You know, and that's they sing that at weddings and stuff. Oh man. Okay, yeah. Yeah, shame on R. Kelly because there's so many cuts that he did that were actually good with Mr. Biggs.
Well, at the end of the day, y'all gonna get me. Y'all gonna get me.
No. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Here's the thing. I'm gonna help you out real quick. The thing about Earth, Wind, and Fire, everybody sings Reasons at their wedding, right? But Reasons is a song about cheating. Y'all realize that?
Is it a song about cheating? I never really sit down and let it sizzle in my spirit. So
go through the lyrics. It's about it is not a wedding song. It is a song. It's like after the love game has been played on our reasons.
Fading away.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes, it is.
It's a song about cheating. It's not a song about in every wedding. Hell, I think I might have played it. Nah, I didn't play it at my wedding. Now that I think about it, but still, it's played at almost every single black wedding in the country.
Is. Do you know how many weddings I've played that at?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all, I
Music
didn't
Soul
know.
Child has the best cover of that song to me. But damn, that's really sad.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think. Okay, if you could not remember a song by Luther Vandross, your black card gets pulled.
Will be
There you go.
revoked. Yeah.
You got to be able to at least think of one.
If you have not seen
Jay.
Friday, Set It Off, or any black exploitation movie like that, your black card will be revoked.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If you do not know when Frankie Beverly and Maze comes on, what you need to be doing in that specific moment.
Yeah.
Your black card. And listen, I ain't even like Black American, but I know.
It's the same.
Okay? FAMU has given me but FAMU has really taught me. And I know that I will never ever show up to any black events not knowing what to do when them songs come on.
Boom, 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 boom. If you don't know what to do when the OJ's Backstabbers comes on, you losing your black card. Smile in your face.
If you don't know what to do when Salt and Pepper Push It comes on,
No. Okay, we're gonna update it. We're gonna update it a little bit.
Okay.
If you don't know what to do when you hear this for the 9/9/2000, you losing your black card. You is no longer welcome.
If you don't
Hey.
if you don't know what to do when Swag Surf come on,
yeah.
You can't even go to no HBCU event.
You better not. No, but you can learn it. You can learn, but if you pay attention to context clues, you can blend in. It ain't difficult.
No, you a lie because you ain't see what the kids did to down, do your dance, do your Cupid shuffle. You didn't see what the kids did to that?
Yes, and I could barely do it, let alone somebody, auntie and grandma gonna be out there doing the new Cupid shuffle. So no.
You can't. How you change the new shuffle that is gonna be? You don't go out. Listen, one thing we don't do is go remix other people's
dances.
Dances. Because this is the thing. Like I like the way that Frankie Beverly and Maze will always be the staple. Nobody's gonna be at the barbecue putting on Beyonce to do.
Her version.
They're just not. They're just
You're
not.
trying to get us in trouble on here, but you're
I'm
right. You ain't
gonna
lying.
mix them up with both of them.
But you always gonna have to go back to it because you're gonna see the old folks like, who seen that? Da, da, da. But when you play the original, though, it transcends all generations.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Frankie Beverly.
The gays love Beyonce.
Yeah.
So
I love Beyonce
I get a slide on that one. So I play that the old school Frankie, and then I thank God. Then when Beyonce starts singing that, that's when I transition that song
with the mixing it up with Candy.
Twirling.
That was a good mix.
Twirling.
But okay, James. So listen, let us know how your council meeting goes, the Greater Council of the LGBTQIA, and see if they're gonna revoke your card for not remembering Vogue.
I know, especially after I just watch Pose the whole season last week and watched the episode where they were talking about Madonna's Vogue because it became this big thing with voguing and everything with the ballroom. So
did y'all see the one? I don't know if it was a UPS driver, a FedEx driver, or somebody, but it was an ambulance driver, an EMT, and Vogue came on. And brother, he killed that thing so hard. I think they ended up firing him.
That is a skill, okay?
It is.
That man killed it.
It really is a skill.
Your hip is out of place. Like you are just. I don't understand.
Well, he was doing it while he was driving an ambulance, so that was. But he killed it. So
I love it. I love to see. That's an art.
Kill nobody
that's a
else.
Skill.
Anyways,
and with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I thank you guys for waking me up this morning. I'm talking to the audience, and I'm talking to Bubba, and I'm talking to you, Ben, and you, Dwayne, and David. Look, y'all giving me all the love. But
and shout out to Georgia
for coming on this morning.
Yeah,
yes, it's springtime. I don't know why. I just feel so exhausted, but I want to feel alive. I do feel there's an energy shift, and it's going to be something positive. I wore my little, and I wore my. Shout out to my brother who bought me this midi for spring or whatever, and it's like what is that little beast that's in the forest, the one that's like real hairy in Ireland. the ice monster.
The
abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman. Yeah.
That's what it's giving right now. But I wanted to wear this for my brother. He bought me these earrings in this shirt. So I wanted to wear it.
Oh, that's nice. Shout out to brother.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Pasito. So I really want to hope everybody is feeling this energy shift. I hope that you guys are, just taking it all in. The flowers are blooming. Everything's what?
No, I'm over here bopping to the song in my head and didn't realize I stuffed my hand. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Well, the flowers are blooming and all this good stuff that's happening is going to happen. So, one thing about it is I know when the fall comes, everybody says, the fall shows you the beauty in letting dead things go. So them dead things is gone. The fall was hard, y'all. The fall comes with all kinds of emotions and stress and depression. But now we got the spring, we got sun back. I'm going to be sunbathing on my balcony. I'm going to be looking at all the colors growing. I'm going to be looking at the pool, making sure that nobody's in it so I can go take a dip. All these good things are happening. We can go outside and breathe and run. So right now, I want you guys to, once the show is over, I want you guys to write something that you want to accomplish this week. And on Friday, I want you guys to fill that chat up if you guys accomplish that.
You know what I'm going to do this week?
I love you guys.
I'm going to read about 2 more books this week. I just got done reading again for the first time in a long time, James Baldwin's Go Tell It on the Mountain. And that was really like, I'm putting that on my list. So you want to know my list? That's my list. The second thing, and I'm saying, I'm going to get out of here. This was not my vape. This is just some treatment I have for my throat. That's people in the room saying, man, how's your vape? No, doesn't vape. I can't vape anymore. Don't smoke anymore. It's pretty bored existence over here these days. So that's where I'm going to go read some books. James.
I'm going to make my brother some edibles.
Wait, James, before you go, well, how you going to give it to him? But okay, so before you go.
Just have to risk our lives.
We got to make half a cent.
So what are you gonna do, James? What are you gonna do? What's your goal for Friday?
Jesus. So I have so much. So I won't be here Friday. I have.
Thanks for telling us.
So the viewing is on Friday for the funeral.
Man, yeah.
And this funeral is on Saturday, but I can't make the funeral because I have another engagement Saturday. Yeah. So, me and one of my friends who's also very close to us, we're going down Friday morning for the viewing and coming back early Saturday morning. I'm getting my vaccine shot tomorrow.
Okay.
My first dose.
Now listen. It still take 12 days for that to kick in, so still be extra careful while you're down there. Man.
Extra careful, because bro, especially after seeing everything that's going on in Miami right now. So already okay.
So that'll be the thing that you get. That'll be the thing that you do that's going to be positive is that vaccine.
Yeah. Get the vaccine. And I have 2 appointments. So if I can't get it tomorrow, then damn it, Thursday is going to be the day. So 2 appointments.
That's it, man.
So listen, anybody out there in Georgia that says that y'all can't find an appointment, there are appointments available. You just gotta go and book the appointment, man. Ben, I got you. I'm gonna send you the link.
Send me the link to Rebecca. You gotta be a little bit older to get it already, or a little.
Yeah,
it's just for old people who obese. So we go. Yeah, you healthy.
You're not big. You're not thick like us. We thicker than a snicker over here, so we ain't got no choice.
Definitely, there are other. Thank you, God, for health, and strength.
I know.
But, a sister do got underlying issues and stuff,
But the thing is,
it's called thirst. She's trying to get out in these streets. That's the underlying issue she got to address.
And the bad part about it, I'm going to say this. I probably should say it, but it's not like they check anything specific.
Oh. Okay.
Well, send us both. Send her the link too. Send us both the links.
Yeah. So Rebecca,
I got you. Look, you ain't got to say no more.
Just be
look, bronchitis. I hear my voice. I already have a raspy, deep, lower situation.
I know Dwayne is in the background like, listen, it's time to go.
All right, look. Well, we always said if you want that third hour, guys, you got to make sure you get on. I haven't seen any. Third hour. I ain't seen no money. I ain't seen no money dropping in. I know. Look, I know ain't no sad stories today for real. But sweetie,
he's a whole mess. One of y'all take us out of here.
But I love you guys. Mean it. Make sure if you want that third hour, because sometimes in the morning we have our issues, and y'all be wanting a little extra of us. Y'all got that tidbit. But
I feel bad because we didn't get into our stride until like after the third break. So
I
it's
know.
like, that's why we still won't be here.
Into the Monday blues.
It was the Monday blues.
But honestly,
we'll be ready
you guys,
tomorrow.
If you want that third hour, make sure you head over. Is Patreon now available, Ben? Because I'll be ready.
No, because we weren't available this weekend. Both of us had some issues this weekend.
Right,
but it'll be available before the end of the day. There we go. We're gonna do it sometime.
Before the end of the day. Head over to the page on Benjamin Dixon's page, wherever that is, on any network.
Yeah, just follow us on Twitter. We get y'all.
So love you guys. Mean it. See you guys tomorrow. Go be great. Happy spring.
Hey.
Happy spring. Love y'all, man. Somebody said, throw it in a circle is a condition, Rebecca.
Why you calling me honey? Why you show off your money? Wave it like it's a tissue. Baby, this is your issue. I'm not falling for bullshit. If you like me, then say it. You don't get that I see it through this facade that surrounds you. Growing up takes time. So don't you waste mine. You and me ain't right. Why you wearing gold? You're nothing more than
right.
Thinking you're so bold, but I
All right, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. Corporate America time, but today is DJ exclusive time. I have to DJ a wedding this evening, and it's epic, so I have to go out there already and get started, y'all. We want to thank you so much, Georgia Ford, for joining us this morning. We definitely enjoyed you and can't wait till you are back next week. Shout out Ben and Rebecca. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for the love and support that you guys provide. Of course, Dwayne and Max and David, all you guys as well, too. Definitely can't do it without y'all, so definitely appreciate you. And of course, wouldn't be able to do anything without the Pride family. So shout out to all of y'all, man. Thank y'all for all the love, for everything that y'all do to support. Man, we really appreciate it, y'all. So join us tomorrow morning. It will be going down on Like It or Not. Your boy James Bubba Williams is out. DJ exclusive. Peace. See y'all in the morning.